While you're asleep, something as innocent as your evening snack could be quietly working against your body, specifically your blood flow below the waist. For men over 60, this often goes unnoticed until symptoms show up slower. Arousal, persistent fatigue, maybe even a strange numbness in your lower body. It's easy to chalk these up to aging. But what if these weren't signs of getting older, but signs your blood vessels are struggling? Now here's the twist. This might not be about age at all. It could come down to what's on your plate after sunset. At Healthy Hues Wellness, we've seen this pattern in thousands of men. That late-night sandwich bowl of ice cream or heavy meat dinner could be quietly sabotaging the very circulation that supports your energy, strength, and confidence. But the fix? It's not in a pill, it's not in surgery, it's in your kitchen. See, while you rest, your body goes into deep repair mode. And if you feed it right during those evening hours, you can actually help your blood vessels open up your tissues, oxygenate, and your pelvic muscles restore themselves naturally. No side effects, no mystery supplements, just real food. Doing real work. Let's get specific. There are 5 nighttime foods, simple, accessible, and probably already in your home that can radically support blood flow. One surprising combination can boost nitric oxide by 34% in just 48 hours. That means better circulation, more energy in the morning, and a stronger connection to the things that matter most to you. Let's start with a quiet powerhouse fatty fish. Think salmon, sardines, or mackerel. These aren't just protein options, they're potent circulation boosters. Let me tell you about Robert, a 64-year-old from Ohio. For years, Robert felt like his body was gradually winding down. His legs were heavy. He woke up feeling tired despite a full night's sleep and intimacy. It felt like a chapter from a past life. He figured it was just part of aging until we looked at his diet. Robert ate chicken most nights, sometimes beef, never fish. He didn't grow up with it and wasn't sure how to cook it. Sound familiar? That's the case with so many men. But here's the thing, as you age, your need for fatty fish goes up, not down. The stats are clear. Most older adults eat barely 3.5 ounces of seafood per week. That's less than half of what the American Heart Association recommends. And it matters. Because low seafood intake means low levels of omega-3s, especially EPA and DHA, the fats your blood vessels rely on to stay flexible, open, and efficient. These fats are crucial for delivering oxygen-rich blood. But the latest research is clear: moderate intake, 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week, is safe and highly beneficial. In fact, institutions like Harvard Health and the American Heart Association encourage it for better cardiovascular and sexual health. For men over 60, adding fatty fish to your dinner rotation, especially within a few hours before bed, has been linked to stronger morning energy, reduced tightness in the groin, and better confidence where it counts. It's simple. At night, your body gets to work repairing damaged tissues and vessels. Fatty fish helps supercharge that process. It's not magic, it's just science and smart choices. So the next time you're thinking about what to have for dinner, improved sensation and more energy waiting for you in the morning. Margaret, a 67-year-old retiree from Phoenix, had no idea how much her diet was holding her back. She came in feeling tired all the time. Her feet were like ice at night, and she couldn't shake the sense that her body was slowing down. On paper, her diet looked ordinary. Toast for breakfast, a sandwich at lunch, and usually chicken or pasta for dinner. Not a trace of seafood. Not because she disliked it, but because she didn't know how to cook it. We started simple: 4 to 6 ounces of baked salmon 3 times a week. Nothing fancy, just enough to get those omega-3s into her system. Then she got a little adventurous: sardines and olive oil grilled mackerel with garlic and lemon, Mediterranean style. After 8 weeks, everything began to change. Her hands and feet were noticeably warmer. Her daytime energy bounced back. But the most surprising part, Margaret said she felt more alive, more confident, and more connected in her relationship than she had in years. That's the kind of shift that happens when you nourish your body during the hours it does the most healing. For best results, aim for 4 to 6 ounces of fatty fish 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. This gives your body time to digest without interfering with your sleep, and allows those omega-3s to be absorbed steadily overnight. That's when tissue repair peaks and your blood vessels get the support they need to stay flexible and strong. Stick to smaller fish like sardines, anchovies, and mackerel. These are lower in mercury, making them safer for regular meals. Salmon is also a top-tier option thanks to its clean fat content and high omega-3 levels. Keep your total seafood intake under 12 ounces a week and rotate the types of fish you eat for variety and balance. If seafood doesn't sit well with you, or if you have an allergy, consider algae-based omega-3 supplements. But talk with your healthcare provider first. Fatty fish is only one part of the picture. To go a step further, combine your evening meal with a warm cup of herbal tea, especially blends featuring ginger and turmeric. These two ancient ingredients do more than soothe your senses. They actively work to reduce inflammation and improve circulation throughout the body, including areas that directly affect energy, mobility, and intimacy. In clinics and conversations, a familiar story often unfolds among older adults. They speak quietly, but their words carry a weight. They're tired, their feet are cold, their joints are stiff, they feel like their body is betraying them. Many have tried medications, some have cycled through shelves of supplements. Others resign themselves to the idea that this is just what aging looks like. But there's often a deeper reason behind the fatigue, poor circulation, and slow decline: silent inflammation. This type of chronic inflammation isn't loud or obvious. It doesn't come with a fever or sharp pain, but it quietly wears down your system over time. It damages the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels. It lowers your nitric oxide levels, the very molecule that keeps arteries open and relaxed. And when that happens, blood struggles to reach critical areas, especially below the belt. Here's what most don't realize. One of the most powerful ways to fight this process doesn't come in a capsule. It's already sitting in your kitchen. Ginger and turmeric, when brewed into a simple evening tea, can help your body fight inflammation, ease tension in your vessels, and encourage smoother blood flow where it's needed most. These aren't just trendy ingredients. They've been used for thousands of years in healing traditions across the globe. In modern research, they're showing strong potential to support cardiovascular health, ease chronic pain, and reduce inflammation. And when you combine the benefits of omega-3s from fatty fish with the soothing anti-inflammatory properties of these herbs, you create a foundation for stronger circulation, better energy, and greater vitality, especially as you age. So if you're looking for something real, something you can start tonight, this is it. Cook a simple piece of salmon, brew a warm mug of ginger turmeric tea, give your body the nutrients it needs to repair and restore itself during its most important hours. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight. Just begin with one evening, one meal, one cup of tea, and let your body show you what's possible when it's finally given the tools it needs to heal from the inside out. This is how transformation begins, quietly, naturally, and powerfully. Ginger is more than just a spice to flavor your meals. It contains a powerful compound called gingerol, which acts as a natural vasodilator. That means it helps open up your blood vessels, making it easier for blood to flow throughout your entire body. From your hands and feet to the pelvic region, ginger supports circulation where it's often most needed, but its benefits go further. Ginger also enhances nutrient absorption, helping your body make better use of the healthy compounds in the foods you eat. Turmeric brings its own powerful contribution. Its active ingredient curcumin has been shown to block key inflammatory pathways in the body. That means fewer inflammatory markers, better protection for the inner lining of your blood vessels, and smoother, more efficient circulation. Curcumin also supports cardiovascular health, keeping your heart and arteries functioning well into your later decades. The real magic happens when you combine these two ingredients. Ginger boosts the body's ability to absorb curcumin, while curcumin amplifies the anti-inflammatory effects of ginger. It's a synergistic relationship that creates an even greater impact, especially for improving blood flow to areas that are often affected by age-related circulation decline. In traditional Eastern medicine, turmeric is known as a warming herb. It has long been used to increase blood flow to hard-to-reach parts of the body. When consumed as a warm tea in the evening, the combination of ginger and turmeric doesn't just help you unwind, it actively supports the body's natural repair cycle at night, enhancing circulation throughout your lower body and especially in the pelvic region. James, a 72-year-old retired contractor, came in with a familiar story. He had spent years working on his feet, but now every step felt like a chore. He described his legs as heavy as if he were dragging anchors. His energy was fading, and though he didn't say it out loud, the fear was there. Fear of losing independence, of no longer feeling like himself. We didn't start with medication or a complicated routine. We started with one simple change: a homemade tea. 1 teaspoon of freshly grated ginger, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder stirred into hot water and sipped each night around 7 or 8 p.m. Within 3 weeks, James came back transformed. The heaviness was gone. His daytime energy returned. But what truly moved him was what he described as a quiet return of confidence. His body felt lighter, more responsive. A simple tea had helped him reconnect with himself. The timing of this tea is just as important as the ingredients. Drinking it 2 to 3 hours before bed gives your digestive system time to process it, gently reducing the risk of bloating or indigestion. At the same time, the active compounds begin their work calming inflammation, relaxing blood vessels, and encouraging steady blood flow while your body sleeps and heals. This warming effect is especially helpful for anyone noticing cold feet in bed, decreased sensitivity, or reduced blood flow in key areas. These symptoms can be subtle, but they're often signs that circulation isn't as strong as it used to be. Supporting your system with a natural, gentle tea each night creates a rhythm that your body can build on. However, it's important to approach this with care. Ginger and turmeric are potent. If you're taking blood-thinning medication or have gallbladder concerns, start small. Begin with just a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric and half a teaspoon of ginger per cup. Monitor how your body responds, and if you're managing any chronic conditions, speak with your healthcare provider before adding this tea to your nightly routine. Remember, it's not just about what you eat, it's also about when you eat it. A regular evening habit like this gives your body consistent support, helping it rest, recover, and circulate blood more effectively every single night. Coming up next, we'll explore an entirely different category of foods. These work at the cellular level to strengthen your blood vessels and boost nitric oxide in ways most people completely overlook. There's a category of foods so rich in natural compounds that researchers now refer to them as nature's blood vessel protectors. And they're not exotic or expensive. You can find them in nearly every grocery store. We're talking about mixed berries, especially blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries. These vibrant, colorful fruits aren't just a refreshing snack, they're among the most concentrated sources of circulation-boosting nutrients available in the natural world. For adults over 60, especially those looking to support blood flow in the lower body, these berries offer something powerful. That's why many nutrition experts now call them nature's circulation boosters. The secret lies in their rich hues. The deep blue, red, and purple pigments in berries are packed with anthocyanins, a type of plant compound shown to support blood vessel flexibility and improve blood flow. And yes, that includes circulation in the pelvic region, an area many older adults begin to notice changes in as they age. Thomas, a 68-year-old retired accountant, came in with a familiar set of concerns. He wasn't sleeping well. His legs felt heavy by the end of the day, and with complete honesty, he admitted his energy and motivation were dropping. When I suggested something as simple as a bowl of mixed berries in the evening, he gave me a skeptical look. "You're telling me berries will fix my legs and my energy," he said. It wasn't dismissive, just tired. But just a few weeks later, that skepticism turned into surprise. "I didn't expect much," Thomas said during his follow-up, "but the heaviness in my legs has eased. I'm sleeping deeper, and my mornings don't feel like a battle anymore." What Thomas experienced is something I've seen again and again. The anthocyanins in berries work to strengthen the inner lining of blood vessels, improving what's known as endothelial function. This is critical for smooth, efficient blood flow throughout the body. At the same time, anthocyanins help reduce arterial stiffness and chronic inflammation. Two major contributors to sluggish circulation. There's another benefit, especially for men. Berries help stimulate the body's natural production of nitric oxide. This molecule is essential for relaxing blood vessels and improving flow, especially in areas where circulation tends to slow down with age. One clinical study found that anthocyanin-rich foods like berries improved blood vessel function by up to 53% in people with cardiovascular concerns. That's not just good, it's a breakthrough in circulation support. And the best part, mixed berries don't take long to get to work. In my practice, I've seen men and women in their 60s and 70s notice real changes within just 2 to 3 weeks of adding berries to their evening routine. One of the first signs is a lightness in the legs. That dull pressure that builds up during the day, it starts to fade. Energy also starts to lift. Mornings feel smoother. Moving from one task to another becomes less of a chore. Let's come back to Thomas. He committed to eating 1 cup of berries each evening about 2 hours before bed. No major diet changes, no new medications, just that one small shift. By the 3rd week, he felt lighter. He had more energy. Even getting up from his chair felt easier and more natural. If you want to tap into these benefits yourself, here's what works best. Aim for half a cup to 1 full cup of fresh or frozen mixed berries in the evening. The ideal timing is about 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. This allows your body to absorb the anthocyanins and put them to work during your natural overnight repair cycle. Prioritize berries without added sugar. Some frozen varieties might seem healthy, but often include sweeteners that spike blood sugar and cancel out the benefits. Real berries, on the other hand, contain natural sugars that provide stable energy and deep nourishment. If you're on blood thinners or managing a health condition, speak with your doctor before making berries a daily habit. While they're safe for most people, their high antioxidant content can have a mild blood thinning effect. And if your digestive system is on the sensitive side, start small, maybe just a few berries at a time, and gradually increase your intake as your body adjusts. Mixed berries may seem simple, but their impact is anything but. They nourish your blood vessels, reduce inflammation, and give your body what it needs to maintain healthy, steady circulation, especially in the areas where it matters most, and that small bowl of berries each evening. It's more than a snack. It's a habit that can help you wake up with more lightness in your legs, better energy, and greater vitality as you move through your day. This is only the beginning. There's another food that could quietly fill in a missing link in your circulation journey, especially if you're over 60 and looking to restore better blood flow throughout your body, particularly in your lower regions. It's simple, inexpensive, and often overlooked: a handful of walnuts in the evening. Most people think of walnuts as just a crunchy snack, maybe something to toss on a salad or avoid if they're watching calories. But what many don't realize is that walnuts are not just fuel, they're functional. They're biologically active, meaning they interact directly with key systems in your body, especially your vascular system. Walnuts contain an amino acid called L-arginine. Your body uses L-arginine to produce nitric oxide, a critical molecule that signals your blood vessels to relax and widen. When that happens, blood can flow more freely and more efficiently to areas that often suffer from sluggish circulation due to age stress or sedentary habits. But that's not all. Walnuts are also one of the richest plant-based sources of ALA alpha-linolenic acid, a type of omega-3 fatty acid. ALA helps reduce inflammation and supports the flexibility of blood vessels. This combination nitric oxide from L-arginine and inflammation-fighting omega-3s delivers a dual-action benefit. You get better flow and long-term vascular support in one simple food. Here's what makes this important. Throughout the day, your body gradually uses up its nitric oxide reserves. Activities as normal as walking, working, or even sitting for long hours at your desk can drain your stores. By evening, your blood vessels may be less responsive, your circulation weaker. That's when signs begin to creep in. Fatigue, poor responsiveness, heaviness in the legs, or even reduced sensitivity in intimate areas. This is why walnuts at night matter. They provide your body with exactly what it needs, right when it needs it most, during the repair-focused hours of sleep. As you rest, the L-arginine in walnuts helps rebuild your nitric oxide levels, while the omega-3s work quietly to reduce vessel stiffness and restore elasticity. Here's how to do it right. Stick to 1 ounce of walnuts per evening. That's about 14 walnut halves. Eat them 2 to 3 hours before bed. Not more, not as part of a heavy dinner, and not too late in the night. This timing supports absorption without disrupting digestion or sleep. Taken consistently, this habit becomes a gentle tool for nightly vascular support. But remember, moderation is key. 1 ounce of walnuts provides around 185 calories. That's enough to trigger the benefits without pushing beyond your calorie goals. And if you're allergic to tree nuts or experience digestive sensitivity, this may not be the option for you. As with all powerful foods, it's important to respect your body's signals and start slowly. Now let's turn to another ingredient that many people use, but rarely in the way that unlocks its full potential. This one works in a completely different way. It's not about amino acids, it's not about fats. It's about a powerful antioxidant that becomes activated only when heated. That ingredient is the humble tomato, specifically cooked tomatoes. When tomatoes are heated, they release a compound called lycopene. Lycopene is a naturally occurring antioxidant that acts like a microscopic repair crew inside your body. It reduces oxidative stress, helps relax blood vessels, and supports smoother, healthier blood flow. But here's the catch. Raw tomatoes won't get the job done. Lycopene in raw form is tightly bound within the tomato's cell walls. Your body can only access a small amount. But when tomatoes are cooked, whether stewed, roasted, or simmered into a sauce, lycopene becomes up to 23 times more bioavailable. That means your body can actually absorb and use it at therapeutic levels. This is a game changer. Lycopene's benefits go far beyond general heart health. It specifically supports circulation in the pelvic region, an area where poor blood flow often leads to quiet frustration, loss of confidence, and a gradual decline in intimacy and energy. Supporting circulation here isn't just about physical performance, it's about restoring a sense of vitality, connection, and personal well-being. Adding cooked tomatoes to your evening meal is one of the simplest ways to tap into this benefit. Whether it's a cup of homemade tomato soup, a few slices of roasted tomato on whole grain toast, or a spoonful of stewed tomatoes with dinner, the impact is measurable. Over time, lycopene helps reduce inflammation in your vascular system, allowing blood to flow more freely and consistently. What makes lycopene so effective is its cumulative effect. Night after night, as you include cooked tomatoes in your dinner routine, your blood vessels begin to respond with improved flexibility and resilience. You may begin to notice warmer feet at bedtime, lighter legs in the morning, and a deeper sense of energy that carries you through the day. It's this kind of daily sustainable change, made through small intelligent choices, that builds a stronger foundation for circulation health. The truth is, you don't need exotic supplements or extreme diets. Sometimes it's as simple as a few walnuts before bed and a warm bowl of stewed tomatoes at dinner. What's coming next is another ingredient that most people already use, but without knowing the powerful shift it can create when combined with a specific nighttime routine. Stay with us. The next step might be the missing piece in your circulation puzzle. Cooked tomatoes play a powerful role in supporting healthy circulation, especially as you age. They naturally promote the production of nitric oxide, the same molecule responsible for helping blood vessels dilate and maintain steady, smooth blood flow. This matters not only for heart health, but also for the parts of your body that rely heavily on consistent circulation, including the lower pelvic region. The secret lies in lycopene, the antioxidant found in tomatoes. When tomatoes are cooked, lycopene becomes more bioavailable, allowing your body to absorb and use it effectively. But lycopene doesn't just boost nitric oxide. It also inhibits an enzyme called ACE, which is linked to sudden spikes in blood pressure and stiffening of blood vessels. By blocking this enzyme naturally, lycopene helps your vessels stay relaxed, reducing strain on your heart and encouraging long-term vascular health. Clinical studies show just how impactful this can be. Participants who added cooked tomato products to their meals experienced an average drop of 5.6 gigasmemikal in systolic blood pressure. That's a meaningful difference. Even more impressive endothelial function, the condition of the inner lining of arteries, improved by as much as 53%. These aren't just numbers on a chart. They translate to real improvements in daily life. Warmer hands and feet, better leg circulation, and enhanced vitality and responsiveness in intimate moments. If you want to tap into these benefits, timing is important. The best time to include cooked tomatoes is with your evening meal, ideally 3 to 4 hours before bed. This gives your digestive system time to process the lycopene and allows your vascular system to benefit during the overnight repair cycle. Blood vessels tend to be most receptive to support at night, making this window critical for meaningful change. To get the most from your tomatoes, always cook them with olive oil. Lycopene is fat-soluble, and olive oil not only enhances its absorption but works together with heat to unlock more of the active compound. Whether it's in a tomato stew, roasted tomatoes, or a homemade marinara, pairing tomatoes with healthy fat makes all the difference. There are, however, some people who should avoid this approach. If you have a known allergy to tomatoes or are sensitive to nightshades due to autoimmune conditions, it's best to skip this food. And if you're already taking medication to manage high blood pressure, be mindful. Lycopene can lower blood pressure naturally, so combining it with medication may intensify that effect. Always speak with your healthcare provider before making changes. Still, for most people, over 60 cooked tomatoes offer one of the safest and most accessible tools for restoring circulation and regaining a sense of control. These aren't just foods, they're daily reminders that small, thoughtful choices can reignite warmth, energy, and even intimacy. Now you've learned about the foods that support your blood flow: fatty fish, ginger, turmeric, berries, walnuts, and tomatoes. Each one plays a unique role. Together, they create a framework for vibrant circulation and stronger energy. But knowing is not enough. Knowledge alone doesn't heal. If you don't take action, if these ingredients don't make it onto your plate, nothing changes in your body. The truth is, every night you wait is a missed opportunity for healing. Circulation improves when you make the choice to support it, consistently, calmly, one step at a time. Start small. No need to change everything overnight. One habit, one food, one evening at a time. A warm bowl of tomato soup, a few slices of grilled salmon, a soothing mug of ginger turmeric tea, a handful of walnuts, a cup of berries with plain yogurt. These are not drastic changes. They are doable, sustainable, and deeply nourishing. And if you've followed this far, you're already different from most. You didn't walk away halfway through. You didn't get overwhelmed and click away. You stayed. That means you care about your energy, your independence, your health. That takes strength. That shows real respect for your future self. So here's what to do next. Don't try to overhaul your life all at once. Just choose one thing, one food, add it to your dinner tonight. If you want comfort heat, a bowl of tomato stew. If you prefer simplicity, brew a cup of ginger turmeric tea. If you want something crunchy, go for a small handful of walnuts, craving something sweet. A few fresh berries with yogurt will do. Cooking for family. Bake salmon drizzle with olive oil and lemon. There's a quiet window in the evening, about an hour before bedtime, when your body begins to prepare for healing. Hormones shift, blood vessels begin to relax, and your system moves into repair mode. That final meal or evening snack isn't just about taste, it's about restoration. It's about showing up for yourself night after night with small actions that fuel lasting health. When you reach for that cup of tea, that bowl of berries, or that warm tomato soup before bed, you're not just grabbing a snack, you're making a decision that directly affects your health. That final choice of the day has the power to shape how your blood flows the next morning. Not just to your hands and legs, but to the places where circulation matters most for energy, intimacy, and quality of life. These changes aren't instant. You won't wake up tomorrow and feel like a brand new person. But give it 2 to 3 weeks and many people start noticing lighter legs, steadier energy, and clearer thinking. Around the 6th or 7th week, deeper transformations start to surface. Confidence returns, Morning fatigue lifts, that feeling of drive. Once thought to be gone finds its way back. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to eat perfectly every single night. That's not realistic. What truly matters is consistency. Stick with these habits 5 or 6 nights a week and your body will respond. Miss a night. That's okay. Just get back on track the next evening. It's not about never slipping, it's about not stopping. And if a part of you still wonders, is it too late for me? Let's set that thought aside right now. There was a 78-year-old man who came into my practice drained of energy, sleeping poorly, and feeling completely disconnected from his body. He thought his best days were behind him. But with just a few simple changes, adding some of the foods we've talked about into his nighttime routine, things started to shift. His blood work improved, his energy returned, his outlook changed. And yes, even his confidence in the most private parts of life began to grow. He looked me in the eye and said, "I feel like I got a second chance." That second chance is real, and it's possible for you too. But here's the thing. You have to take the first step, tonight. This isn't about information anymore. It's about action. Will you give your body what it's been asking for, or will you let this opportunity pass one more evening without change? Your circulation, your strength, your confidence, they all depend on the choices you make tonight, not someday, not next week, now. These foods we've covered, salmon, ginger, turmeric berries, walnuts, cooked tomatoes, they work best when they're part of a healthy, balanced lifestyle. If you're currently taking medication or managing chronic conditions, always consult with your healthcare provider before making significant changes to your diet. Safety first, but for most people, these small additions to your evening routine aren't just safe, they're transformative. They offer a pathway back to feeling like yourself again. They bring warmth back to cold feet, lightness back to heavy legs, and vitality back to mornings that once felt slow and stiff. So start with one thing tonight, not everything, just one. Brew the tea, eat the berries, sip the soup, choose one plate that helps your body heal, and build from there. Every action you take sends a message to your body, to your future, and to others. If this message resonated with you, pass it forward. Share it with a friend, a partner, a neighbor. Someone out there is waiting for the same encouragement you just received. That one act of sharing could change a life. And know this: your journey toward better circulation, energy, and confidence isn't over. Your body isn't done healing, not even close. You've come this far. Let's keep going.